All right, we live. We back with another one.
Welcome back.
I got a full cast with me today. Julian, Jason, Brian, Corey. Obviously not a big weekend like last weekend was, but we still got some stuff to talk about.
Right.
So, first of all, let's start off with one of the GOATs, Bill Russell, died today. 88,
Rest
I
in
believe.
peace,
88
Bill
years
Russell.
old, 11-time
R.I.P.
champion. 11
R.I.P.
times. So, one time for Bill Russell.
11-time world champion.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was that old.
He was, yeah.
88. He's still giving people the middle finger.
Yeah, I love that.
That shit
He
was
had a good
hilarious.
sense of humor for a legend, though.
Yeah.
He was definitely a guy of civil rights. He was definitely for a lot of causes that a lot of young people don't know what he was fighting for. I mean,
Right.
really look into his backstory. It's kind of fascinating, though. So
He's like he's like up there with like magnitude of like Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, and then you gotta remember when he was playing for Celtics, he was married to a white girl too.
He
Living in Boston.
Yeah,
playing
in Boston.
for the Celtics.
out of all places.
Where you would think that wouldn't at that time period, especially, it wouldn't be like, you know, a good look.
In
But he didn't care.
But I guess since he was an NBA player, it probably wasn't frowned upon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but just in general, a black guy dating a white woman and the Jim Crow at her, man, that's something in itself. And he walked out unclean.
Was he the one? Yep, it was him.
He walks
Somebody
like a
broke
rock.
into his house one time and left shit on his bed.
Yeah.
Amber Heard.
But yeah, was it? Yeah. pre Aquaman, Johnny Depp days. She out there
Yeah.
testing the waters against.
Practicing.
He was going through that
Probably
bullshit.
was one of her relatives.
Oh man.
He was still
Clean
going
up
through the
Heard.
bullshit. Don't matter.
Rest in
But
peace.
yeah, rest in
Oh,
peace.
yeah.
Bill Russell.
Mr. Russell.
So in lighter news, we got Ben Affleck. What's the word I'm looking for? He's returning
Returning, yeah.
his role as Batman in Aquaman 2. What's so funny over there?
Who's going to start this one first?
So
Let's let the person who's more enthused about it
yeah, go ahead, Jason.
I
pop off.
think it's awesome. I'm happy any chance I get to see Batfleck on the screen. We thought it was done. It's not. Don't know what comes after this. But, hey, if this is my last time seeing my guy on screen do what he do, hey, I'm all for it. I'm hyped. Yeah.
My Batman drawn in Aquaman. He got saved. He already made him. They're gonna pull up to the retirement home and tell him, put the suit on. We need you one more time. Nah, but all jokes aside though, he replaced Michael Keaton though, right? Because something happened.
Yeah,
So he's doing Flash
originally,
movie, right?
Michael Keaton was supposed to have his cameo, but
But the
everything
Flash
with
movie
Ezra
made
Miller.
him like cancel it, right?
Well,
Since the release schedules got shifted around, I guess whatever they had planned didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
So
He probably mad busy and can't do.
apparently they
all
asked him to do it. And he said, yeah. But I mean, I don't think it's going to be I don't even think he's going to be in a suit. I think it's more of an extended cameo. Maybe one or two scenes just to get people excited. I also think they're going to try and slide him in here just to see what kind of really reaction he gets. And I think going forward, you may get another Batfleck film. I mean, it's evident people really want to see this guy in a full-on movie. I do. I really think out of all this nonsense with DC, Ben Affleck got screwed over big time. And I want to see what he really can do with a character on his own, and then we can really see if we can say, no, well, stick with Pattinson or go forward with him.
Like I agree. Like I'm not mad that he came back, but at the same time, I also thought that he was like he's my least favorite Batman. He is my least
out
favorite.
of every Batman,
Out of everyone, he's my
Val
least favorite.
Kilmer.
I like Val Kilmer
more than
I just to me, in the Snyder Cut versions, he
I'm about
seemed
to pause
useless.
this thing.
Don't pause it. Don't pause it. Don't pause it.
What happened?
I just
Yeah,
did.
we switched sheets.
I didn't like him. I did not like
He's
Batman
saying
or Ben Affleck as Batman.
Ben Affleck is the worst.
I didn't say he was the worst.
He
He's
doesn't.
my
He likes
least
him
favorite.
the least.
Yeah.
You know
Out
what?
of-
Because I'm rocking.
And that's a
with
fair
I'm
argument.
rocking with
can't-
you.
Over Val Kilmer.
I don't remember
don't
about.
forget-
Hold on, which one's
And
Val?
don't forget
I'll say
George
this,
Clooney.
was the
George
worst.
Clooney.
George Clooney was. I'd
Okay,
rather have
all
George
right,
Clooney than Val
I'll
Kilmer.
put him over Clooney. I won't put him over Val
But
Kilmer.
in fairness to Ben,
But
until
yeah.
Val Kilmer was the worst.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Not worse than Ben
I thought
Affleck.
Val was a good Batman in a badass movie.
That's how I feel. I think.
Well,
I
then
think
I'm
he wasn't-
ranking the movie as
He
opposed to
didn't.
the
that's
Batman.
a
He didn't give a
terrible
fair.
movie.
And also I have to say this about Ben Affleck too. I don't think he got a fair shake. I did not like his version of Batman, but I don't think he had a.
For one,
I think he have a chance to fully express himself.
his Batman to trash the rest of the Batmans. None other Batman will touch his Batman.
Indeed.
And we got
What other
the
Batman?
work.
out of-
I don't think so.
Ben
He giving
Affleck.
all the Batmans the
I don't
world.
He'll
so.
trash all
But
of
you
them.
gotta
think
look
so.
at
Regardless of how he is against the villains in his world,
Okay.
he'll trash the rest of them.
Okay, the Ben Affleck Batman showed that he can beat up cannon fodder very well.
Yeah,
That's all he
and
showed.
the rest of them wouldn't
But
have been doing that.
when it came down to the nitty gritty, he really was not. He wasn't portrayed well. I put it like
Why
in
not?
my
Why
eyes.
not?
I
What?
don't think he was good.
What about him?
He seemed useless. He seemed like he could have been
See,
the Justice League's Alfred.
You measuring him. You measuring him in context of the movie.
Okay.
You're measuring him in context of the Justice League movie, which, in my opinion, Justice League, the Snyderverse, is the equivalent of what X-Men original movies did for Wolverine. It all circles around Superman and Snyderverse. Wolverine and what's his name that did X-Men?
Hugh Jackman.
No, Reed. What the director name? That
Oh,
did-
Bryan Singer.
Bryan Singer
Yeah.
focused all the X-Men around Wolverine.
Okay.
So obviously, if you got to abide by Superman rules and his what he did in Man of Steel, can't nobody keep up with that. They was on Dragon Ball Z shit in Man of Steel. So
But that's to me that's been the best interpretation of Superman.
exactly. But that's
the worst
that's the
interpretation
balance
of
that they have to
Batman.
figure out. That's the balance that they have to figure out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So he tried to keep it somewhat to reality. They said Batman can't have super strength. He can't move really fast. And so how do you make him effective? You make him the tactical leader, and you make him
bootleg Tony Stark.
So basically,
Yeah.
you just explained Alfred. So you leave him in the Batcave and let him do whatever he gonna do as far as like making up the missions and all
As
that. He can do that at
far
home. He can do that at
as
home.
his
Other than that, he ain't,
Professor X?
he ain't worth. He's not worth. He
as
is not
far
worth
as
trying to
his
protect.
Batman went, though.
Just think
No,
about.
no.
Go ahead.
As
Stress your
far
point.
as his Batman went, though, the hands he threw, none of the other Batmans are even close of capable
threw
of what he
hands?
doing. He beat up the warehouse.
Batman
Yeah,
has
the-
arguably the greatest super. I'm saying Marvel, DC. That movie has arguably the best action sequence in that warehouse scene. He was breaking arms. That
I will give him that.
Or
badass.
But also, I also, if when it comes to that scene, I gotta applaud the cinematographer because we don't know what the Christian Bale's Batman could have done because the camera
he
was
wasn't
so
moving
close.
like that.
You could see
Christian
what
Bale
that-
could not move like
But the
that.
camera was so close, you couldn't
I
see
get
what
that.
he was
I
doing.
get your argument, but you can see what Christian Bale's body is capable of. He was not moving like he was not running for one.
We don't know that.
He did not run and go. The one scene he ran, shot the thing, grabbed the dude by the neck, threw him on the crate. He shot the crate with the gun, flipped the crate at him.
They showed the brawling side of Batman, which we, as a fan, I wanted to see on screen.
Christian Bale, whatever it was, his Batman wasn't moving as fast as this Batman was.
I blame that on
Or his
the
new-
writer and
But
the
that's because he
cinematographer.
was grounded in more reality. So that's why Christian Bale's Batman couldn't do it, and
to-
Christian
no,
Bale's
no.
Batman would have got his ass kicked.
Honestly,
He was
if
he
you wanna take that
portrayed
point-
he portrayed Bruce Wayne very well, but don't discredit what's his name because he has to survive in the rules of
to your point-
of Superman. That's hard. That's hard to do. That's hard to do.
But to your point, though, if you're gonna have that kind of thing happening, I honestly don't think that if we're gonna talk about that, Bell's Batman didn't get a chance to show that he could.
He
throw
had
hands
3
like
movies
that.
of his own. Don't say that. Don't say that.
He didn't get a chance to show his hands.
We didn't
though.
get to see that
Yeah,
because
the
And
it was going to be.
the camera was so close.
No.
The camera was so close.
It was going to be Batman versus Deathstroke that we got robbed of, and I bet you would have changed your opinion if that happened.
I don't even think so.
You.
Only reason why I say I don't think I would have changed my opinion is just based
opinion.
off of what happened in Batman versus Superman
Tell me
and the
Val
Snyder Cut of
Kilmer
Justice
better
League.
than.
My opinion.
He's not a. See,
He
I don't
like
even
I said,
acting wise. I can't even like. I'll put it like this. From what I've seen as of Ben Affleck as Batman, ain't enough for me to be convinced that he can do better, unless he gets an opportunity to show that he can. I have said that he didn't get his fair shake. I will say that he didn't get a fair shake. But at the end of the day, from what he got on film right now, it's not good for me. I will sleep through it.
For what I've seen on screen, for me, I want to see more. I think everybody.
I want to see more. Yeah,
I want to see more. I like the news that he possibly is coming back. I mean, it's funny because everybody was bashing when they was saying like Ben Affleck was casted. I was like, hell yeah.
And you know me.
Choice.
I was one of the first when Jules told me. I was like Geely from the movie with him and J-Lo,
I
Geely?
didn't even, you know what?
Jersey
I didn't
Girl.
even look at
The
I
Jersey
didn't
Girl
even
out
look
there.
at
Paychecks, all right.
I started to change my mind once
I
the
seen-
images started coming
Nah,
out.
I changed my tune on him when I watched The Town.
Yeah.
I was
that
like,
was
yo,
that was
he
right before that. Yeah.
That's probably the
That was
only
a
movie.
gritty ass movie that he did, and I'm like, oh, all right, hold on, let's see. Before everybody started jumping on him, saying, "Oh, he got
Yeah, he did good in that.
Batfleck."
He did
That's
that.
only good
He
movie.
actually did all right as
did good.
Daredevil, but it was a shit movie.
He had to like.
He's got like the worst damn luck.
Especially with Paycheck.
How he got the worst damn look when he got J-Lo back.
Oh, no, he winning now.
That's different.
He had her twice.
That's a different
She
game.
wanted
That's
that
a whole
old
type
thing
of
back.
different winning right there. That's a whole different type of
That
winning.
means she fucked up and was like, you
That's
know what? I
reusable
fucked up.
bags, man.
But
Yeah, he winning right now.
Reusable bags that they, biodegradable. Nobody care about that.
Oh, you stupid.
because
Come on, man.
He said biodegradable bag.
my thing with Batman,
Everybody had a run on that.
Good.
I said my thing with Batman. That's my all-time favorite hero, and that's even if you make me choose between Wolverine and Batman, I might even still give Batman a hair. I don't
You
know.
lost
I got
your
them
mind.
same. I got them same, but they're both my favorite superheroes.
I know,
but what I'm saying is, in things like this, nobody's more invested than when it's your guy.
Exactly.
Nobody's more invested when it's your guy.
It's like a bias.
So it's a bias, but and it's also gonna be an extra bias. Like if I don't like who you cast, if I don't like how they portray my favorite, I'm like, this is. And Jules will tell you, I was upset. I was like, man, Ben Affleck, I don't want. And then I was like, you know what, we're gonna have to give him a chance. I was like, man, I don't like it. He kept showing me, he telling me stuff. I said, I don't like it. Then when the images started coming out where he was wearing a suit, and they said that he didn't even want armor or anything. He wanted to fill out the suit. And I started looking, I was like, okay, he might be serious about this role. He done buffed up, still got to do what I need him to do. And then just me, hands down, my favorite iteration of Batman. And I go all the way back to Adam West Batman shows. I was addicted to that. Every Batman, hands down, Affleck is my all-time.
And the thing
favorite
is,
Batman.
Ben is a big fan of that character. The man, I mean, he was the one that kind of insisted on having that gray uniform. He was the one telling them, I want the Frank Miller suit. And he was also the one telling them that he wanted the shorter ears, and he wanted to really, Jason said, piggyback off him.
Well, to me, it just sounded like he wanted to differentiate himself from everybody else that we already
was
seen.
like he didn't want the armor; he wanted the skin tight suit. I mean, he really wanted to look comic accurate on
And he
that.
was big. I mean, he a big guy anyway. He like 6'4".
Yeah, he's like, yeah,
He was in shape.
He a big dude.
They had a scene, a little workout training montage in what was that? Batman
Batman
vs.
vs. Superman. Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, I hopefully if they really do him, because I read some of the script that they put online of what he was going to do with it, man. I was like, damn.
Me personally, like I said, man,
It's a no for me, dog.
I just didn't dig it. I I didn't dig him in what he had, but also at the same time, I can recognize the fact that he didn't get the fair opportunity to fully show what he can do.
All right, we'll leave it at
Next.
that. But in other DC news, I gotta let you get back. What's
New
the
guy?
boy name? Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Cavill was supposed to have an appearance at San Diego Comic-Con, but apparently caught COVID, didn't show up. I don't know if that's real or not, or it's a cop out.
It is real because they shut
you
down
could do
The Witcher.
videos. You
He
could
was
do the
filming-
video.
Yeah.
You could have been like, "Oh, I'm sick. Sorry, God." Da, 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 da.
He was filming season 3 of The Witcher, and they've delayed production because he got COVID.
Dang, season 3?
So he ain't in America. He ain't over wherever they filming The Witcher at.
Yeah, he overseas.
Australia.
But I'm guessing they probably was like, look, if we can't do this face to face, because them two have never.
Is he the savior for DC?
No.
Henry Cavill?
Yes.
No.
Is he what?
The savior for DC.
No.
I think people are putting a lot of stock on him.
No.
I think people want to see Black Adam versus
People want to see better movies.
We can't even
I
get
was
Black
about to
Adam
say
versus
that.
Shazam right now.
People want to see.
That's true,
Man of
which
Steel
we
2.
should see that too.
I think what needs to happen with DC, they need to just stop throwing shit on the wall and seeing what sticks.
I think they need to
Point
get people
blank.
that's
It starts-
passionate about the project.
Yeah.
That's what they need. They need people who actually want to do these movies.
DC, get your shit together.
That's what they need. They need filmmakers. They need people like Jason that is passionate about Batman to do Batman. Like, you can't keep just getting these guys because they got a good reputation of being a great director and all that. It don't work for everything. You know what I'm saying? And
Comes off wrong.
Marvel has, when they filmed Ms. Marvel, they went and got a whole Pakistani and cast, crew, and all that, and they came out beautiful because those people were invested in telling those kind of stories, and they believed in that character. Same thing with the Russos. They was in love with the Iron Man character and Captain America and all of them, and wanting to have them to fight, and they delivered on everything they did. You got to get people that are passionate about those projects and those properties to make good films. You just can't keep hiring people. It's not like it was, back in the day where you go, all right, I'm going to select Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and whoever else, and put them in a Russo's movie.
That's what they just did.
Hold on. What I'm saying, though, the Russo's got the reputation for being great at all these movies, and then you can put these great actors in a movie, and it's going to work. You can't do that with these superhero films because they're different. It's a different genre. Like, you can't have Wes Craven do a comedy. Rest in peace, Wes Craven. But you can't have him do a comedy. You can't do that. You can't have John Carpenter do Dumb and Dumber 3.
I agree with that. It's definitely that, but
Crazy.
There's also something like a little nuance to it because Sony, right? They'll give you a little bit and they'll tease you and say, "This is what you about to get." But when they pan out, when they play it out, it don't work like that. And obviously, I don't compare Sony to Marvel. Sony to me is strictly cash grab when it comes to Spider-Man.
It's evident
That
the stuff
we
that
just
they
going
got coming out.
whoever we got available to write something, just write something real quick so we could put it out.
And you know what? If they had a
But
stronger property,
it would be
they would have sold the rights back.
property.
They would have sold like say all of us, right? We create something that's like Fast and the Furious type level, whatever. They don't even got to be nothing about cars. Just anything that people want to keep seeing more movies of. I guarantee they'd have sold the property back. But they have nothing else that they are putting out that's making money like those movies. So that's why they're hanging on to it.
Cash grab.
They got to eat.
And now, Sony has to put out them films every what? If they don't put out a film or something isn't rolling within 2 years, the rights revert back to Marvel. That's why you're seeing a lot of
That's how it was with Fox. That's why they did that Fantastic Four with Miles Teller and them.
That's why people were snapping on them, and that's why Feige kind of put that comment out. Was like, look, y'all.
Dude, they were a year away from losing the Fantastic Four, and they was like, "Oh, we got to hurry up and do something." And they just grabbed up Josh Trank, hired him, paid him, and then hijacked his film because they knew they had a certain time they had to make that film and get it out for people to view it before they lost their property.
Then they end up hijacking this film, and
that's another movie I want to see the full cut from.
Because they said the
True
trailer,
Vision.
they said it was like three or four like major action sequences in that movie. What was filmed, but we never saw none of it. They said the whole reshoot was done with like background extras and stuff. They
Stand-ins. The Fantastic Four, Michael B.
the
Jordan,
remake of
and
Fantastic
Miles
Four.
Teller. When they they went to like a different planet. And that's how they got their.
I don't even
powers
know
or
it was a
whatever.
different planet. This
Yeah,
one,
they
it was like a
had,
different dimension.
It was different. Something happened. I only saw it the one time. I don't
And,
know.
and they did my boy
Yeah.
Doom so terrible. In there.
Yeah.
It
Who was
was
Doom?
Michael B.
I don't even
Jordan.
remember
Oh,
him. He
God.
was Johnny Storm.
he was.
Who's Doom?
I'm about to say the
Was it
Chris
Toby
Hemsworth. I
Kebbell?
remember it's Chris
I
Hemsworth.
think his name is Toby.
No,
Kebbell.
not that one. He was
If I'm not
he was the
mistaken.
one in the other joints.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. I didn't even know Michael B. Jordan
And
had a
the
suit on.
the crazy
Come
part
on,
with
guy.
that one is, I felt like it started well.
Yeah, it
like
was-
it had some sequence. I'm
it
like,
was
oh, this
good.
might be all right. And then
Yeah, you can.
Because they had a good ensemble of people. Michael B. Jordan, the chick.
2015 one, right?
Yeah.
Reggie
Miles
Caff-
Teller, right?
Yeah.
Yep, Miles
Miles
Teller,
Teller.
Rooney
Reggie
Mara.
Caffey in there.
His name was Toby Kebbell.
Yeah, Toby Kebbell.
Kebbell. What has he done since then?
I don't know.
Has he been able to shake that?
Who hasn't? Because that was a bad movie. I mean, they fucked that movie over.
Same age as us.
I'm still looking for the. Oh damn! I don't remember him at all.
Yeah,
He did
I know
Warcraft,
who he
Ben-Hur. He's in Kong Skull Island. I don't remember him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
motion
one of
capture.
the soldiers.
He did
he
motion
also actually
capture.
did some of
Okay.
the Khan facial features and stuff. He's
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Oh, he was Cobra in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's,
Wow.
he's one of motion capture.
So he's doing all right then. He recovered. He doing all right.
ape.
Yeah, he's
fight
40
ape.
years old. He look young. But
They said Robert Downey Jr. will
Actually-
be Black Panther.
y'all got that mango over there? Or no.
Yeah.
Y'all got an open one or no?
It was very little bit.
Let's try it. Yeah, I ain't
I'm-
drinking this.
You know,
Nah,
you know.
we was
So
The AA meetings they might need for this group.
we just keep her separate because of COVID.
social
Yeah.
distance.
It's all family here. We just keep them separate because of COVID.
So in other news, DC / Marvel related news, we got a potential Margot Robbie casting as Emma Frost. I don't have nothing against Margot Robbie, and honestly, I don't know if there are many blondes in Hollywood left that can actually play Emma Frost. I'm not
can
mad with the
actually
pick. Right, I'm not mad with the pick. I think this is a big L for DC. Honestly,
White Queen.
yeah, she turned her skin diamond, and she got some telepathy powers.
She's only
She
been
can't use
shown
the
once.
telepathy when she
Once?
in her diamond form.
But yeah, she can't do both powers at the same time. She
was
can
in
only
the,
do one.
she was in
one or the
90s
other.
cartoon, too.
She was in a '90s cartoon. She was in the she was bigger in the
First class.
like the
Yeah,
2000s
She was
cartoon.
with,
January Jones played her. I
Yeah,
think.
January.
Yeah, you got to
She's
watch the
fine.
First Class movie.
Yeah.
But-
She's
and
in the
then,
very first class one.
I
Yeah.
seen it.
The X-Men Evolution, whatever that cartoon series was, it came
Yeah.
out in the
I think
2000s.
it
She had a
was
bigger
like
role.
Wolverine in the
She had
X-Men.
Wolverine in X-Men.
Yeah.
She had a bigger role. In,
Evolution was pretty good too. I liked it.
They talking about bringing both of those back if '97 do good.
Hey, I'm with it.
Evolution. Off subject. Evolution. The first two seasons I hated it. 3 and 4 it really got good.
Yeah, Evolution was good. And nothing touching the '90s series, but
No,
Yeah.
the Wolverine and the X-Men was low key heat, and the Evolution, like you said, got better over time.
The anime was dope too.
Any thoughts, Margot Robbie?
She good.
She cool. She
Yeah.
it's a decent pickup. I mean, I don't know what else she could play on Marvel. Honestly, I'm trying to think of who else she can be.
I just need them to announce.
Well, she could be.
I thought she would have been a good Mystique.
Nah.
I'm gonna if I'm gonna cast Margot Robbie, just who she is, I'm putting her in a position of someone that's like gonna be
A big name.
a
She
bigger
could have
character.
been a good rogue. Come to
I'll-
think
No,
of
okay,
it.
yeah, roll.
And that's what
roll.
I'm thinking is
She
like
would have been
maybe.
a damn good rogue.
I'd rather seen her being Jean Grey.
No, I don't think I'll go that far.
I would say Jean Grey.
I don't think I'll go that
like
far.
to see Margot Robbie play rogue.
I would like to see her dye her hair and be Jean Grey.
Red.
She making pull it off.
Well,
But you
That's what I
know,
like to see.
Margot Robbie got. I mean, she got a little darkness to her. Though. I mean, to an extent.
Any either way they do it, man, it's a good pickup for
that
them.
kind of dark.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking different kind of
Oh,
dark.
jeez.
I hope she does got.
But her not
Ask
being
Will
Harley Quinn though, that kind of like makes me go, oh. I'm kind of heartbroken about that because I kind of like the movie when she had by herself when she was with the rest of the birds.
So
Oh,
is
I
her
still haven't seen
time?
that. That
Is her
means
time
okay.
as Harley Quinn coming to an end?
Okay.
I'm asking. Do you? How many movies in DC she had? 5 now.
3.
Three, yeah.
She had 2 Suicide Squads. She had her own movie.
And that's
Oh,
No,
yeah,
She
3.
was supposed
Yeah,
to
that's it.
have one that was supposed to be her and Jared Leto was supposed to be
Oh yeah.
it was supposed to be like a Mad Love movie with them two, or supposed to be like Akeem's
True Romance. That would have been dope.
something like that with them two, but that got canceled when that company started doing dumber shit. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, just put her in anything, and she gonna make it work.
I mean, yeah, because at the end of the day, if none of that pans out, she can play my wife or love interest in the loosely based autobiographical movie about myself. It's called Tiger. Look out for it, people.
Film directed by Tavon.
I know you say
Go
I'll write it.
Look for it straight to DVD.
It's a lot of love scenes.
Straight to streaming.
Straight to DVD. Nah, it ain't even streaming.
No, we're gonna put that on VHS. So you people gonna have to find your VHS players and break out that. It's gonna be on a tape.
If Jason's life was a life story, it would probably be like Blade Brown from Class Act. It would be
It's gonna be a sequel.
car chases.
It might end up straight on the blue screen. Who knows?
Oh God.
If you know what the blue screen is.
Next.
Other Marvel news we got the Shang-Chi director. And let me look up his name before I butcher it.
It's Dustin Den, I believe.
But he will be directing Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Oh man.
I have nothing against Shang-Chi. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not the best ever, but I don't have nothing really negative to say about it.
Me either.
Thoughts on him as a director? I looked him up. I couldn't really recognize any other thing that he's done.
I know he got Brie Larson
in another movie.
Nod.
Yeah,
he got her an Oscar nod. Did she win for that movie? I can't remember.
Probably not, because I think that was real young.
Mm-hmm.
I think really she came into fame on what's that movie she came in the
Room. Yeah, Room got her out there.
That's where she got.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's the name?
But she was good in
Destin Daniel Cretton.
What was the name of the movie with her? I know the name of this. I want to say it's No Mercy or Just Mercy. With her and Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
Just
She
Mercy.
was in that?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was
He was
great
a
in
lawyer.
that. Mm-hmm.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
He's a lawyer from
Say
Delaware.
Michael B. Jordan and she was in it. Don't say him, her, and Michael B. 'Cause I'm pretty sure she probably had what? Don't take away from his movie. I don't even remember her in the trailer.
Michael B. Jordan and Brie Larson.
She was not in the
To
trailer.
make Tavon happy.
She was not in the trailer. I'll tell you that much.
I think Michael B. Jordan was in there.
Regardless of how you want to slice it, bro. She was good in that movie. She was in it. She was in a significant amount of time. Like she wasn't like just there to to fill scenes. She was significant. And who the person she played in real life was more significant. Like they downplayed her character a little bit.
He directed Just Mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Ah,
I
okay.
didn't see it though. I gotta see it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So right now, all I'm
ain't seen
seeing is for
Just Mercy was
for
good,
movies.
man. It was real good.
His style is going to be good for this, though. Because you can tell he can handle a big budget.
And it's only one film.
He's got 15 credits. Like half of them are shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Just Mercy, The Glass Castle, some TV series called American Born Chinese, which ain't even out yet. So really,
That's
right now,
AB.
he got
That's what they call.
four major.
That's like a stereotype for Chinese people born here. They call them ABC. Like they touched on that in Shang-Chi.
Gotcha. Okay, that's the first time I'm here. Now that you're saying it, now it makes sense. But again, I don't got nothing against. The only thing I could think of.
Agents 2, yeah.
The only thing.
And Hustlers with J-Lo.
With J-Lo?
I still ain't seen that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put it off.
Despite all the stories about it,
It's
is
a
a
black chick
great
on
movie.
there?
It's
With
a
the
great
afro,
movie.
the black chick with the afro.
Candace Wong.
It was a great movie, dog. It was a great movie.
You remember?
Candace Wu.
You seen it, right?
Constance Wu. Yeah.
It's a black chick that come in later on. She like a lesser known character, like a supporting character,
Is it Kiki Palmer?
but she got an afro.
Keke Palmer.
Nah,
I'm trying to think it was Kiki
we'll
Palmer.
replay it. We'll replay it later. Nah, I know specific because I know her from Instagram prior to the movie. I don't know her personally. I just seen her on Instagram.
I might have to check it back. Because I've only saw the movie the one time and it was good enough for me.
Look at this. See, this is what happens when you get light-skinned people.
You know what? I will say this. That's the best movie I ever saw J-Lo act in.
I still gotta see.
What?
I did. Yeah.
Good. I mean,
Enough?
Okay.
Enough?
All right, enough. It's okay. They neck and neck.
She had on Timberlands and beat the white boy up on the night. Come on, man.
She was
That's
wearing
all I
the
needed.
bosses.
Yeah.
And she was in the house waiting for him. Like, that's it. I'm done.
And she did take some
She wrapped
training.
her wrist up and everything.
She was ready for him. She wanted to smoke.
Well, you ever notice all her movies? be
Selena
like that?
is J Lo's best movie. I don't care.
But that's
about
because
So what was the other movie
Selena.
where the white dude
Selena.
had her by her farm or something, and he kept trying to get her, and she was at a farm. It was like,
Was it U-Turn?
was it
Sean
U-turn?
Penn was in it.
She had to sell. Too.
Was Sean? I never saw
The
that
Cell's
movie.
crazy.
Cell is good.
Everybody told me I need to watch it, but I never watched it.
I like it.
I ain't even watching. I know it's
I got
crazy.
my phone. Put her
I like
movie
it.
down. I could probably tell.
By the farm.
I don't
It was
remember.
like she married a little rich white boy.
I can't remember that one.
He like swept her off. It came out like I'll say like 2030.
You know what hurt Jennifer Lopez too is that she got casted in a lot of movies because the people that was casting her wanted her to be a white woman instead of letting her be, a Spanish person.
Yeah, she tried being with brothers one time, and Diddy left. And
I did love her in Money Train.
She
though.
been bossing ever
'Cause
since.
Money Train is one of my favorite movies of all time, man. I love Money
Yeah,
Train.
the boy next door.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Remember she's
okay.
messing with the young boy
Yeah.
one time, and then he turned
The young
on
boy, he was
psycho.
I
going
remember
crazy.
that. That was pretty good. I
That's
remember
me.
that.
That's me. She put it on me.
She got 6 rings out on
Jennifer
it.
I'm knocking on the door.
Just make sure you go to the
every
health
day, like,
department when you're done.
She must be a gift and a curse, man.
It's Jennifer Lopez. Yeah.
Health department.
Yeah, she gets a couple.
We love you here, J-Lo.
3
We
years
love
old,
you.
and she still looks good.
And Ben Affleck,
So
you were a
better
good
Selma
man for
Hayek.
wife and her damn.
Nah,
You were a
Selma
good man.
Hayek.
So Selma Hayek keep blessing us
Selma
with
Hayek in my
these
top
IG
5.
bikini pictures.
Selma
top
Hayek
five.
is another level,
even
man.
now.
And she's like, it's like she's gotten better. She like wine. She's gotten better
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
age.
and it's classic. It's like she got this. Yeah, that's Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek. Shout out to you too, love.
Bernie Mac.
But my only thing about choosing him to direct Kang Dynasty is I feel like if the Russo brothers does get Secret Wars, I feel like they're gonna be shitting on Ryan Coogler. I think Ryan Coogler proved more to him right now, and this is me personally. I think his movies are gonna outdo his Shang-Chi movies. And I think they should give him off the strength. I promise you, this Black Panther movie gonna do numbers.
He might
And
be too
off
busy.
You can't have the same directors for all the titles, though.
But right,
He only did Black Panther.
No, I'm saying, but then you should have him let him do.
I feel like he should do Secret Wars.
Who?
I would not be upset about that either.
If they don't,
Oh,
if
you
they,
saying Ryan?
I honestly think they got to give it to the Russo brothers because they said they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But if it don't go to the Russo brothers and they don't give it to Ryan Coogler, then I'm gonna start looking at Marvel a little funny. I think y'all gonna be like, all
They
right.
announced who had it yet, right?
Nah, not yet. But they're gonna be like, all right, I see what you're doing. You're gonna pick the blacks for the black people. But you're gonna let everybody else shine. I get what you're doing. You picking the Asians for the Asian movie. You picking the Pakistanis for the Pakistan
I
movie.
actually like that.
But if they don't give Ryan Coogler a bigger movie, then I'm gonna be a little funny because
But you gotta remember too, Ryan Coogler. Everybody
He's a very
named
busy
Mom
man.
wants him for
Yeah,
everything.
I
Turned
get it.
down a lot of stuff.
I get it.
That all depends on even
I
if
bet you he
wants
won't
his
turn down. I
availability.
bet you he won't turn down.
I don't think he would turn down either, but is it his availability?
I don't care what anybody else throw at me. Avengers, $1 billion movie. A
But
pop.
maybe he might. You never know. He might
The
not
fight-
even want that. Like that's the whole thing. Is that
Possibly.
he might
Possibly.
not want it.
All I can say
so many
is,
other
all I can
factors.
say is Black Panther did better than Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi do getting the Avenger movie. That means Ryan Coogler should be getting an Avenger. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, well, hold on. In Shang-Chi's defense, it did come out during this pandemic stuff,
When did it come out?
like a year
It
ago.
came out in
Last
September,
year.
right when they started opening stuff.
That was one of the first.
It wasn't
That
gonna do
was
better regardless.
That was the second movie I watched after everything opened back up. First one was Tenet. That is official.
What movie?
Tenet.
What movie was
the
that?
time
With,
with
John
Paul.
David Washington.
John David
My
Washington.
eyelids was watching that movie. That's what it was.
I like Tenet.
I had to watch it
I
twice.
love Tenet.
I had to watch it
That-
twice.
I went and watched it, fell asleep. Then it came on HBO Max, and when that started popping,
It's definitely one. If you
I
miss
fell
it one
asleep.
time,
I had to
you
watch
miss
it during the daytime. So I,
I had to watch it twice to understand what was happening
Ditto.
because I
Ditto.
was like,
But
I
see,
kind
he
of get
makes
it,
movies like that.
but I don't get
Yeah.
it.
No.
He's so
what movie he did like that?
smart, man.
Was it Inception?
Yeah,
Inception.
I had to watch Inception twice.
Yeah,
I don't
Inception.
understand that
he
movie.
did
Yeah.
Memento like that too.
No, and Memento played from
he did Shutter's Island too,
from the
right?
back to the end. No, he.
Who did
I
Shutter's Island?
can't remember who did Shutter's Island, but it wasn't him.
That's
He
another
might
movie
have
you
not
gotta
done-
watch
I don't
twice.
think he did Shutter's Island.
Shutter Island was good too.
No, that was a Scorsese dude, wasn't it?
That might have been Scorsese.
Was it? De
Hey, that was a
Palma?
Martin Scorsese movie. You're right.
That's a good movie. I like Shutter Island.
Scorsese,
Leo
yep.
DiCaprio does
Yep.
great work.
And
Man, catch
DiCaprio,
me if you can, man.
if
That's
anybody
a
got
movie.
better as they age,
Leonardo.
ooh, he is the epitome.
He hasn't done a movie I ain't like in a long time.
Tell me.
I ain't lying on.
I felt like after Titanic, he had like a little hiatus, but when he came back,
You didn't like Catch Me If You Can?
nah, I'm saying when he came back,
Who was after Titanic?
A bunch of stuff.
You know what? I think with
he
Leo,
had Man in the Iron Mask and shit like that,
Oh,
which I
yeah,
fucked
yeah.
with. I fucked with Man in the Iron Mask,
Yeah.
low key.
Yeah.
It's because of Drew Hill
Pretty
song.
boy.
But they
Pretty
came
boy
out with
movie.
the.
You know what? Leo was smart. What he did though, he didn't take all them like handsome parts.
Yeah.
He
was trying to change
he
up.
went outside the box and started doing some crazy shit.
I'd probably say Catch Me If You Can started that whole revolution. He hit Catch Me If You
And then
Can,
when he started,
and he started taking
the
acting serious.
suspense thrillers.
Wolf of Wall Street.
I like
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall
Oh
Street.
no! Before
haven't
that,
watched that.
before
That's
that,
good,
Before that?
before that, him,
'Cause he's
the
a great
Scorsese
Gatsby
movie,
fool.
the Scorsese.
Great
what was-
Gatsby, one
No,
of
no,
my
no.
favorites.
What's the
Tobey Maguire, that
Scorsese?
wasn't him, right? That was him and Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
No,
They're
no,
like,
no,
you know,
no.
they like best friends. So they probably like, oh my gosh, it's a day off.
I like that.
You just gotta remember the words to say.
you talking
It's
about
like a
Shutter's
day
Island?
off to them.
Nah, the one in Boston.
Oh, The Party.
The Party.
Party.
That boy went
Yeah.
off in the Departed.
Yeah.
Everybody went off in the Departed.
I
Mark
You know, I
Wahlberg.
hate the end of that movie. But it's like, to me, I feel like they did that so they ain't had to make a part two,
Departed went
which is
crazy.
okay with me. But God, why you do me like
And
that? Why you give me
what
almost
he
2
always
hours of some great cinema like
over
that
to.
just to kill everybody?
That
dog?
shit had me in there like.
Oh
I was
man,
pissed.
the elevator got me, man.
I didn't
Matt
like Matt
Damon.
Damon in that movie.
The
Mark
elevator, they
Wahlberg
got
did
me.
good. They all did good in that movie, man.
The
Anthony
Party. As soon
Anderson
as you
was
said
in there.
Boston, I was like, The Party. I knew it
Yeah,
was
the
that.
Party was fire.
That is fire. That is a good movie. It need a little color, need a little more color in it though. There's a little
Yeah,
bit
what's his
more
name? Was
color.
an asshole.
We only had Anthony Anderson in there. We need a little bit more
Um,
color in there. That's all I'll say about that.
What's the old head?
Jack
Nicholson,
Jack
boy.
Nicholson, yeah.
He
You gotta
was an
give a cup
asshole
up
in
to
that
him, too,
movie.
man. That was my guy growing up.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack
movie.
Nicholson.
That's a good movie.
You know what my favorite Jack Nicholson movie is? There's probably like
You can't handle it.
no. Bucket List.
Oh,
With him and
that's
Morgan
later on.
Freeman.
Yeah,
That's my favorite movie one.
I ain't seen it.
That's my favorite movie one.
Ugly crying in here.
Oh yeah.
I love the Bucket List. Yep, that's one of my favorites, yeah.
You'll
like
look
Jack
at a
Hanna.
can of chock full of nuts a little bit differently after you see. After you see.
And then I don't think Wolf was meant to be a
I was
comedy,
getting
but
ready
it
to say,
was
I like
funny
Wolf.
to me.
I was just getting ready to say,
It
I
was
like
funny
Wolf.
to me. I don't think it was meant to be a comedy, but it was funny to me.
Yeah, Wolf was good. Shining always gonna be up there.
that goes without saying.
Yeah, he has some joints.
You know you're a boss when you tell the people that's making the film, hey, I need this day and that day off, and they say, why, Jack? Because the Lakers play.
Hey, but
So,
that's what he's
gotta be
known
there.
for.
Yeah,
I
Where's
put that in my. I put that in
and
my
he retired
contract.
from going to the games, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they retired his seat and everything.
Damn.
Yeah, can't nobody sit there.
Can't nobody sit there.
Nope, his chair is retired.
He was going there
That's
back
boss,
when, because I started watching that Lakers series on HBO. He was going there back then,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
back
They
at
got- they
the
doing
forum.
season 2 of that.
Yeah, it's a
They
good
got three
series.
left.
It's a good series.
Yeah.
Matt Kareem was like, fuck them
Anything
kids.
else?
I'm sorry, but that's what he said.
That's all we got.
Allegedly.
No. Anything else with regards to Marvel, DC, any casting news that came out? I can't. I don't know
we
if I'm
good.
forgetting anybody.
Nothing new.
Some stuff over the weekend we had WWE SummerSlam. I'll leave this to Julian. You said you watched most of it.
I just watched it this morning.
I saw the two last
Okay.
night.
I ain't watched none of it.
I seen the
I'm halfway
results.
through.
I seen the results.
So only one that didn't see it is Jason, right?
No, I halfway looked at it. I gotta watch the rest when I go home.
You didn't get to the main event or no?
No.
Okay.
Do I spoil some
You
of
know,
this? or
do you
I
know
just-
who won?
No.
damn, bro.
Don't.
Well,
Don't.
Well, who do you know
Don't.
won?
I'll just
You
say,
might as well say
I just know the
On to the
beginning
next topic.
of Dakota Kai and Io and
got announced.
Bailey coming
going
back
out with Bailey.
and Logan Paul beating Miz in the street fight. After that, I don't know.
How y'all
nothing
feel
else.
about that?
What's that?
What?
Logan Paul.
I like Logan Paul.
Logan Paul shocked the shit out of me. I didn't think the boy could really throw down in that ring like that. He all jokes aside, he looked like he really put in some work. I mean, you gotta give Miz some credit on this too, because he had to take instructions from him to make his performance look good in there. So
Miz been doing that for so long now.
I thought it was probably the best match of the night, next to Pat McAfee and.
Hey.
Me personally,
He ain't say who win.
I didn't say who.
Me personally, I'm always gonna be biased when it comes to the Paul brothers, because them as people, I dislike them as people. So
I mean,
anything they
I
do, I'm like, you know, I dislike them as people, just for various reasons.
Yeah,
So the brother,
you can tell he did it like he really loved it. It wasn't just a cash grab.
and that's all cool too.
I
Like
respect that.
Jason
Is he
said,
sticking around, or was this a one-time
he's not a good person.
he's supposed to be sticking around, right?
He ain't a good person.
Like a year.
Like, I don't respect him as a person.
Yeah.
Like
It's a
he's.
year, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even care. I'll watch him when he's on there, but I might be on my phone most of the
I
time.
mean, it looked like he not. You know, sometimes they grab these people outside and bring them in, and you could tell they're not used to that environment.
But he just
And
got.
from what I saw,
so
he
many.
took the This is talking about last week's Raw.
Still, Bad Bunny was better though.
He took Mrs. finisher. Like you know, he ain't flinch or nothing. He took it.
But he's one of those guys that, like, even though like all that stuff was cool and you cheer for him and all that, but like Jason was saying, like he's got character flaws that I just can't look past.
That's definitely true. And I think his brother more so.
Both of them.
His brother really.
And speaking, I think his brother's a little delusional. And
Yeah.
he's a victim of his brother's success. But
Only thing I remember he did was
I'll
the
just say
Asian
this:
comment.
I'm not defending him.
Not when he went to those woods. That's something I can't even.
That's
Yeah.
something.
That's
Well,
good.
I was
And then like literally
on
getting
that.
kicked off of YouTube. Like he doing what we doing now, but he just got a bigger following.
And this is other stuff
that's
he's
it.
done and said. This is, and then me, I just like I don't really like. I'm like, it's just I know I'm biased because I don't like you as a person. Like, who you are as a person.
I didn't, and it's like I wasn't on you
like-
then. Like it was like, okay, I knew who you were. I wasn't on you like that then, but then you do something like this, and it totally makes me uninterested in
I
who
got
you
you.
is
I got
and
you.
what you do.
well, the brother got some bad news.
His brother.
And this is all his fault.
Apparently, the fight he had set up, everything got canceled with that, and I know a bunch of money was involved with Madison Square Gardens, and maybe some quotas didn't get met or something like that. But
Gotta get $5K to get the lights on.
And he ain't have enough money. He ain't selling enough tickets.
gotcha.
The thing with Jake Paul is he didn't have a dance partner to really come in there to generate money.
I was about to ask. who he was supposed to fight.
See,
So
Jules,
Rockman
this
Jr.
is
Rockman's
what I
son.
think we
It was
should have
supposed
did.
to been originally. It was supposed to have been
Him and Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury.
That's
right.
oh,
He should have went overseas.
That's
Tyson Fury brother.
right?
So my thing is, once he couldn't come here,
He should
he should have went
there.
overseas. That would have sold out. You probably got a nicer bag,
Yeah.
and that would have sold because
But
y'all
he
got
didn't wanna
legit
do it.
beef.
But he didn't want to do it. Now he's trying to change the narrative. And Rockman, allegedly, I guess he was saying that Paul
He got
had-
bullied into the fight. They
Yeah,
said.
and he said that Paul had manipulated the footage.
Yeah.
And they said he had 3 cameras going out, and they chopped it up and to make it look like Logan Paul was like the aggressor.
Jake
Or
Paul.
Jake Paul. Who cares at this point?
True.
One of them damn Paul brothers. Make
Paul.
it Rockman look like he was the bad dude. And Rockman came out and was like, nah, that's not true. And then they also put this crazy ass pound limit in there. I guess he had to weigh like, what was it, 175? I think.
Yeah.
He had to weigh 175.
He walks
on the
around
weighing
2
day.
something.
And they wanted him to cut this crazy amount of weight. And then they didn't want him to rehydrate after the thing.
Nope.
So they basically was trying to have him. So he basically was trying to like
Well, I thought that was
walk in like as a frail dude coming in there.
He should just call Tyrone Woodley and ask him to take another.
No,
dive.
but what me and Jules was saying, what he really wants, who he
Get me
think he
started
waiting
on
on
that
is
fight.
Nate Diaz. He's either want Nate Diaz or
Yeah.
Conor McGregor.
Well, the thing
They
is,
want that for the cash grab.
Yeah, he don't want to
but
fight
Dana
somebody.
White
You don't want to
Yeah.
actually fight
Dana
a
White,
boxer.
And to his kind of defense, Dana White's basically saying what's going on.
Because he wasn't selling it.
I mean, look, I won't call him a fake fighter because to train and any kind of discipline like that, it takes a lot, and to be good at it takes a whole lot. Because I did the keto for 4 years, but he's picking and choosing these guys who don't belong in there with him.
He needs to fight a real boxer.
Yeah. If he was saying I'm fighting Ryan Garcia in Madison Square Garden, people gonna show up for that.
Honestly, there's certain names.
Whoop
Certain
his ass,
names.
man.
If it's Conor McGregor, I think people will watch it.
He'll beat him though. He'll beat the brakes off him.
And then people are gonna say, "Well, you still haven't fought a real boxer." I
Yup.
think he needs to get it over with.
He fight Ryan Garcia.
But if I'm him, I'm not fighting a real boxer. I'm trying to get as much money as I can first.
Get the bag.
Then fight a real
brain
boxer.
damage. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
You're right, because Ryan Garcia gonna give him brain damage.
You don't get more than
doubt.
brain damage.
I don't think you can fool fans no more like that.
Nope.
I think we want to
Everybody's
see.
seeing past that
But that's what I
shit.
said. I think it's still a few names. It's Conor McGregor. They got Floyd.
If they're
for
doing a
the
cash
brother.
grab,
It's
then
certain
put 'em in there
names you
with
can
me.
still grab out. but-
That's evident. I mean, me and Cap,
Yeah.
off subject. We
Nate alone would sell that fight.
He better off
And
don't
Nate
like his
Diaz
brother.
also, yes.
He better off don't like his brother and going somewhere where they pick the winner.
Yeah.
No, but see, I don't think he can.
If he fight Nate,
can
Nate
talk like
gonna
his
beat
brother.
his ass. I mean, let's
You don't want.
I thought Tyrone Woodley, but I honestly think Tyrone Woodley threw that shit.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
It looked like
it
both
was,
times.
it was
The
spots.
second
Yeah,
fight
dog.
especially. The second fight especially.
It was some
I mean,
spots that looked.
First of
you
all-
can't really
Yeah.
respect
First
him.
of
I mean,
all-
He needed the
he
money.
got off.
and
I was happy Tyrone
We'll
Woodley
pay
got
you an
knocked
extra
out.
$5K.
But I'm still mad at him.
Did
about,
Did you see the hand signal?
about
Did
Covington.
they
Yeah,
the
He
hand
just
signal?
did a tap tap.
I was glad Woodley got knocked out. That's what he deserved.
And Willie could finish him off, but he didn't. I was like,
The
Because
first fight especially. Because didn't he drop him in
Yeah,
the first
because
fight?
he knocked.
Yeah.
No, he stung him a
he
couple
hit
times.
him.
and the
And
then
had
he
him
just
fall
sat
back,
there.
But he ain't go after him.
and the thing is, even more than a boxer, you're an MMA fighter. Everybody knows the MMA. They already trained. As
You
soon as
don't
you go
stop
down, they
until
go
the ref
wow,
stops.
like they on. You got the ref got to come stop. Yo, he
Exactly.
dead. Stop. Like Tyrone was like, hey, get down.
He's
guy.
like, you want that 500K? Don't touch me.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I think it was. Yeah.
as annoying as he is, I mean, he's doing something that boxing in general isn't doing. He's at least putting some eyes on his sport again.
I mean, but there's
I
eyes
hate
on
it.
certain
I
people.
hate
though.
it. I hate it because it's him. But he is generating some names to at least brings back some interest into the sport.
But also,
I mean,
I
there's
think
But
that's
he's also a shithead.
They definitely
not
don't.
be-
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. There's interest. Like right now, people right now talking about Garcia and Tank. That's the big fight everybody's talking about.
Well, the fight everybody wants to see is
And then
Crawford and Errol Spence.
Yeah, that and
Spence.
then you got Lomachenko and Haney. Everybody's talking
got
about like,
names.
they're talking
Yeah.
about
They
kids
got
again.
names.
Like I said, it's starting to. Like I
Yeah.
said, Logan Paul's a shithead, but it's
He's-
bringing
he's-
a lot more people to
But
watch
he's
boxing. as
it's
a whole.
crazy. It's crazy that somebody like him is at the top of that totem pole, though.
That's
That's
have
the
to blame
weird
that
part.
on Boxer and their promoters for that bullshit. Because they
I
on
think
some
that's
other
just the power of
I mean,
2022.
Yeah.
We in a world now where what's the brother Jake? No, what's the older one?
Logan.
Logan. Then became a rapper, a boxer, and a WWE wrestler. That's all my like childhood fantasies he done did because of YouTube. He
Yeah.
got his name big,
Yeah.
and he just did everything the fuck he wanted to do.
Can you take a bump now?
Me?
Yeah, can you take a
I
bump?
might.
Because
I
if we get further along in this, you might have to take a bump.
I could probably do it once a month.
All
I gotta
all
like see a
all
chiropractor
all
after, but I think I
You
can
hear
do
that,
it once
Triple
a
H?
month.
Man, look, you
Take
just let me cut promo.
I was
all I
doing
wanna
judo
do.
a couple years ago, and my back was the worst it's ever been. That fucking judo throwing you on the mat like that. So I think I could do it once a month and get the chiropractor and get me back up good, take some
I'll be good one
Tylenol,
time.
and I could do it
Iceman?
again. Iceman.
Young Justice.
My
But
bad.
I'll just say this. Damn, see, y'all didn't watch this. I really can't say. I don't want to say too much, but it was. All in all, it was a good show.
I heard the main event. They said they closed that perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
And then Happy Brock,
It was
I'm
a
here
barn
for it.
burner.
That's what I gotta watch. I think I'm gonna skip over Ronda and Liv Morgan.
That was the one that put me. That was like the
It was a
bathroom-
dud?
That was the bathroom break, man.
All right, cool. I'll skip it.
But so like
And
now,
Ronda was in it, so
now since we don't spoil no more about SummerSlam, since not everybody watched it all. Like, do y'all feel like now that Vince McMahon is not involved, not with just WWE, but not involved with wrestling anymore, period, Like, where do you think is going to go within like the next year or two?
Have you heard Michael Cole mention wrestling on? Michael Cole
Pro wrestling.
feels
He said pro
free.
wrestling.
He was going in on that microphone last night. You can tell.
He feels free.
You have
To
to
me, you
watch
can
the
tell
whole
a
show.
difference. I see a difference already.
He feel revived because he don't have nobody micromanaging
Yelling in your
everything
ear.
that he was saying. He was talking freely. I found it entertaining. I mean, he was going in on that microphone last night.
Yeah, I heard. I didn't watch any of it, but I seen people post like, "Yo, can we get a Michael Cole appreciation post going?"
I used to hate Michael Cole, but then you gotta remember, I always forget he was the one that rocked through in the shower and turned the water on. I never knew that was him.
He used to go hard on him and Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, I never knew
He
that.
put up with a lot.
Stick it in her, me.
He put up with a lot of bullshit. And last night, I mean, you can tell he was just.
He was enjoying
He
himself.
was enjoying what he was doing instead of not sounding like a robot. Like
Everyone.
I was in the gym.
And they told Nigel McGuinness is going to.
You can tell it
Triple
was
H gonna bring
the
him
whole
back.
show seemed different.
Well,
Like,
he's been doing Level Up.
Yeah, he about to do it.
Yeah,
NXT show
yeah.
itself. Oh, okay.
Michael Cole, though, I'm still holding a little grudge against him though,
What do you do?
because I ain't like how he was talking on Naomi and Sasha.
Well, you gotta remember he was programmed to say that.
Yeah, but yeah.
he,
Sometimes you tell your boss, dog, I ain't doing that.
This ain't right.
Shout outs to McAfee though.
Yeah.
He had the best faces when that was going. He was like,
he ain't say nothing.
he was like,
Yeah, he was not smoking.
like,
He
I
had on
smoking
the
them.
sixes last
he
night.
said, I'll be.
He had me almost want to put mine on today, man. McAfee had the sixes
come out
on.
next Saturday?
Which ones is
The
that?
Concourse 5s come out Saturday.
Yo, Mac-
Oh yeah, Jason know that. Jason know that.
Yo, did you watch that one yet?
What?
Oh, you
He didn't watch Mac. He didn't see McAfee.
Oh, McAfee
You
got
can
it
spoil
in.
whatever copy.
That
I
was like my
watch it.
second favorite fight on there last night.
Yeah, I think they did. They tore the house down.
I seen the McAfee match. Yeah.
And before we get off of wrestling, because I was down the Jersey Shore Wednesday, Thursday, so I didn't see any of Dynamite except for the main event, Daniel Bryan and
Garcia.
Garcia.
Daniel Garcia.
Good win for Garcia, by the way.
they killed it. Garcia with the
Daniel Bryan's a little selfless. I'll give him that.
I like
that he did that.
I like that you got
He
him
got a
coming
young
back from
guy
an
over.
injury.
They all doing.
And you
Brock
still
doing
look
it now,
strong,
too.
and just the way the finish was, it wasn't like some like wow, two technicians. I really like that.
I want
The young guy.
Hager did get involved a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
But me personally, like I'm gonna always hold Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan in a high regard because he went to WrestleMania and laid down for Kofi Kingston for somebody who probably no one expected to ever be a champion like that. There,
Yeah.
I'm gonna always salute that man for that.
Terry moment.
And they say he was very vocal, and he was very vocal about doing that job too.
Yep. I will always say, hey, you my guy.
So what do y'all?
And he was the first Ring of Honor main event that I ever saw too. So I'm always gonna love that dude. And it used to be AJ Styles, but that's.
Brian, stop. That's not my boy.
I'm not.
Next.
You ain't invited to talk on this.
I'm not gonna say nothing about AJ Styles right now, but it's like at the same time, like AJ Styles really
AJ
disappointed.
Styles, you watching this? Please ignore my cousin.
AJ Styles, if you ever see this podcast, bro,
We liked you since
hurt me.
TNA.
You
Matter of
hurt
fact,
me in a way I didn't think I could be hurt in pro wrestling before.
before TNA, he was on that show. What was that show? I used to watch all the time on MTV. It was like True Life or something.
Oh, yeah,
When they
sure.
followed, it was him.
I won't be a wrestler.
Yeah,
True
Jason
Life.
know what I'm talking about.
I like True. I used to like. Side note, I used to love that show. Like where
I don't
you
think
follow.
do it still come on?
No,
Nah.
more, no.
True Life was actually the reason I'm such a big Frankie
Edgar.
Edgar fan. Because that's the first time I saw him. I remember it was. I just used to watch True Life. It was
Shout
True
out
Life.
to
I want to be
Jersey.
a mixed martial artist. True Life. I want to be a drag racer. True Life. I want to be right. And he was the one from the MMA one. He had he was getting married. He was engaged. He was getting married. Lost. Didn't he lose that fight right before it?
Yeah.
Lost the fight right before it. Eye all swelled up and stuff. And then went to his wedding and got married and was like, you know what, I lost, but you know what? He's like, this is probably the greatest day of my life, and I've been a fan of his ever since. Then when I seen him on,
I
he was
rock
like,
with
oh, that's
Frankie
my
Edgar.
guy, Frankie Edgar, that's that guy.
Yeah, Frankie Edgar has my second favorite fight in the UFC of
Him
all
and
Ray Maynard.
Ray Maynard.
Yes.
Which
That,
one was it?
oh
One,
my
two, or
God,
I
I
think it
can't
was
remember.
One,
When
right?
when they went to a draw.
Yeah,
When they went to a
something
draw.
Second fight was
Yeah,
I thought that
for
was
some
one.
reason
I
it's
think
telling
that's
me
number
two.
One was the draw.
That was one.
The second one
Oh.
knocked him out.
Yeah.
Oh, my first favorite fight is Rampage versus Dan Henderson.
Tripping, man.
That is my
You ain't like Robbie Lawler and
Rory McDonald.
Rory McDonald.
That was dope.
That's number 3.
Right.
I would put that number 3.
That's over John Jones beating the hell out of Daniel Cormier and talking trash.
To me, that was just funny. That was just funny. No, the only reason why I put Dan Henderson and Rampage as my number 1 is because they had like the build up. It was like, oh, I respect Dan Henderson. He's done this, he's done that. Oh, I love Rampage. We always talked about how we would, do this and we would do that, and we're really good friends. As soon as they came out there for the fight, Dan Henderson went to go to give him the fist bump. He just swung on him, and it was all the popping from there. There was just 5 minutes or 25 minutes of violence that I just loved.
My favorite one is
my favorite fight.
My favorite one is
he just swung on him from the rip like that.
Was Franklin Kale and
Don't stop.
Chuck Liddell when he was on the ground like
Oh my God! I have an undying love for Chuck Liddell. The only way Chuck Liddell.
When he was on the ground, he was swinging like that.
Man, the only way Chuck Liddell could ever make me turn on him is if he said some things that were racial. That's the only thing. If
You're allowed to, he gotta say that word.
If he ain't for the cause, and that's the only way I would back off for Iceman. But I love that dude, man.
Nothing else we talking about?
No. We should go ahead and transition to UFC because there was
a card, right?
Yeah, we had a pay-per-view
got
card.
knocked out again.
He on
that stoppage was kind of like
bullshit.
He been taking a couple L's
lately.
He's taking a couple L's lately.
I think just because the fact when he got hit and his hands went down on the ground, I think the ref was thinking fighter safety.
Mm-hmm. Who's the ref?
Dan Miriam.
He protects
the big dude.
He ain't like Herb Dean to let you get punched a few times.
But what the whole thing was, Derek Lewis was getting like cracked in the head though.
Yeah.
Dude was clearly the aggressor when he was hitting him.
Mm-hmm.
He was the fastest. He was the fastest guy. I don't know how
that kid knocked him out.
Yeah,
the Hawaiian kid.
Yeah.
But it's
the last one to shoot.
Or maybe he not Hawaiian. Yeah.
But before that, the boy that fought, what's his face? The champ. Nagano kind of whooped him up.
Oh, yeah.
Cyril Gain beat him up. In the
Gang. Yeah.
But see, here's the thing, though, about that, right? Just imagine, like, we watching it and we're like, oh, man, it got stopped kind of quick. But just imagine, like, the referee is in there. He hearing the impact. So he might hear his jaw clicking. And, like, you know what I mean? All them things, even though they got a mouthpiece in there, they still getting cracked in the jaw like that.
I don't know. Ever since I saw that Czech Congo,
Pat Barry.
Yeah,
the greatest comeback ever.
Best fight ever.
You gotta give
the greatest comeback ever.
You gotta give him at least 5 seconds. You gotta at least give him 5 seconds before you even try to do anything.
I really think, even though that it was Earl side, I think that dude's gonna knock Derek Lewis out. I mean, just the way how I was looking, it was evident.
Yeah,
dude was great. Go to sleep.
He wasn't scared of
He
Derek
obviously
Lewis.
on the tail end of his.
Yeah. I mean, he had his run. He made his bread.
Yeah.
Yep, made his bread.
So he just getting his little extra money. And if I'm him,
he's
and
done.
I know
Gustafsson done.
Right. And if I know I ain't got a title run in me, I'm gonna keep doing fights. And the first time I get hit hard, I'm be.
Yeah, Chuck Liddell did that plenty of times. The wind knocked Chuck Liddell out.
But Chuck Liddell gave me 2 fights. Chuck Liddell gave me 2 fights as an early MMA fan that I absolutely love, and he fought Shogun and he fought Rich Franklin. Both outcomes was the same. He got 2-piece and put to sleep.
I used to fuck with Shogun.
John Jones destroyed his life.
He did, and he had this the shortest lived run. Because I remember I was there. I think I went to that fight when he became
champ.
When he was Jersey,
right?
When Shogun
he beat Machida.
John Jones.
Machida
classic.
Should have got another rematch against John Jones. Machida's first match.
He almost died in that match, man.
The first one,
he almost died.
He caught him.
He dropped him like a sack of potatoes.
That was after Machida had the greatest. He kept him at a length. He kicked John Jones in the mouth and had John. You don't remember that?
Do you remember how that match ended?
That's coked up John Jones that we watched.
Word.
Scary.
He had John Jones thinking about it. But when John Jones got him up close, he's like, all right, I'm in there. John Jones' arm length is like...
Yeah, he got like a 74 inch.
They all say that's how he fights. He wants to test to see how far he can touch you.
Machida caught him with an up kick one time.
Bro. He choked Machida so bad that when he
But
let
that's
him
what
go,
he
you
had
could
to
see
do
Machida
because
coming
he
back
didn't
from the
want to throw hands
afterlife.
with Machida.
Machida was in the same sense.
Machida was in the afterlife until he let him go, man.
See, and that's when Machida was still a face. He was
Yup.
coming out in the gi. Remember we used to
Yup.
talk about him? Machida used to come out in that white gi and everything. He was real respectful.
Real proper.
And then after a while, he started coming out in the black shorts and that. He lost.
Drinking his
I
own
think they
urine.
should have gave him one other chance.
He
They
said,
should have gave him one other
Didn't
chance.
Shogun beat Machida first?
Nah.
It was a heel
Machida
turn.
won, and then Shogun, and they did the rematch, and
then
Shogun
Shogun
knocked him
won.
out.
Yeah, Shogun beat him in the second fight, and then
Yeah.
right after that, that's when they was like, John Jones had just
Then
beat
John
Bader,
Jones.
and then they brought him in the ring, and when he was like, "Yo, something happened, and you're
Yeah,
in
we
line
need you
for
to
this
replace.
title fight," and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll take
And
it."
Shogun was pissed.
But now, what hurt Shogun in that fight was that spinning back elbow. When he hit him with that spinning elbow, that rocked Shogun's whole body. Like you could see his whole body. Like, oh my god! Like did that just hit me? He had no defense.
Then what was even worse was when Rashad Evans had to trash talk his way and didn't think he could beat him. And then John Jones just looking at him like, really, bro?
So how you spank
The only person that had a legitimate shot at beating him was Gustafson in that first
Gustafson
fight.
won that first fight.
The first fight, yeah, I agree. Gustafson won the
first
first
fight.
fight. He won that one.
Second fight, Joe
All right,
got,
y'all.
but
Signing off.
First fight,
Gustafson won that first
that
fight.
really Gus, man.
Gus
The first one
won that
definitely-
first fight.
Yeah, Gus
It
won
can
the
be
first
argued.
fight.
Ain't no woulda, shoulda, coulda. They lost.
And look, he won by a mile. I mean, it's just that when you leave it to the judges and you're the champ, you're going to get that dub.
Everybody sat there and tried to talk themselves into beating him, right? We had a grown man on national TV kick his feet because he couldn't get the fight. But our training camp started. We should talk about, everybody get their little piece about NFL real quick. Go ahead, Tavon. Who your squad?
I'm a 49ers fan.
So what you think about Debo getting paid? You agree?
Yeah. Honestly, it's
should.
twofold.
Lance?
It's twofold. I don't know if I'm sold on Lance yet. I need to see 5 weeks. By 5th week, I can tell you if we're gonna be all right or not.
But you got to remember, Shanahan, they make any quarterback look good.
Correct. As long as he can throw somewhat
defense is
accurate,
top 10.
we'll be all right.
Hell, I can throw for Shanahan.
As long as he can do a 15-yard throw in the vicinity, we'll be all right. Debo is a catch-22 for me. For us, he's a dynamic player. If he goes on another system, I don't know if that's the same thing. That's going to be the case. Should he get paid? Yes. Should he get paid top wide receiver money? I don't know because we don't know how he is outside of Shanahan. Shanahan's system, yes, he's overworked. He's running and catching. But you go somewhere else and they just ask you to catch. Are you getting locked up?
You know what's funny? I argue with people about this all the time. It's like Matt Ryan was good when who was his offensive coordinator? Shanahan.
Right.
Julio Jones looked good when who was his offensive coordinator?
Shanahan, I mean,
Right.
connect the
So-
dots on it, really.
Yeah, that makes
Devontae
sense.
Freeman ain't look the same once Shanahan left.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
We'll see. I don't think we're going to get much for
I think going about 10-7, 11-5, 11-6.
I can't tell you right now. I honestly can't tell. I don't know.
Y'all better than
I don't know.
Cardinals.
I feel like Garoppolo was comfortable enough to do his job. I think Trey
Who's
Lance
game
still
in?
got a little bit of jitters in him.
but
I don't think you get rid of Garoppolo.
I think they gonna
They
try
gonna
to.
have-
I heard
They
he might
trying
be
to.
gone.
They trying
It
to.
got to be the bag.
They
That's the only
trying
reason why he leaving
Yeah,
because of
but
the money.
if they cut him
They gave
now,
up.
they get 30.
Personally, they gave up
million.
too much
get him
for Trey Lance. I think they could have not traded all those things.
What pick
It's-
was y'all that year? Y'all was top 10.
They got him. They got Trey Lance
They
at like
moved
number
it up.
4 or
Yeah,
5.
they moved up, I think.
We moved up. We gave up like some
And
picks
it's
to
a lot.
get him.
So I remember when y'all did that, right? So I was thinking.
And I'm thinking they either get
Mac Jones.
or who was the other boy that was big that year? It was basically
going
Mac
Mac.
Jones was
Well,
everybody head.
it was Lawrence.
Trey Lance wasn't even in the
It
conversation.
was Love, right?
Lawrence was going first.
One of
before-
Love,
No, it was
one of Green
Lawrence.
Bay.
We know he was going first regardless.
Lance,
It was Mac
Fields.
Jones and
Mac Jones and another quarterback got drafted. Zach Wilson.
Zach
White
Wilson.
Okay, yeah.
And
But
it might have
they
been
said
one other
point
person.
Mac Jones.
Trey Lance wasn't even in the conversation. And then when they said Trey Lance, I'm like,
They talking about us drafting.
I
Lance.
honestly thought we was trying to give it all up for Green Bay and get
Aaron
rid of
Rodgers.
Garoppolo with the picks to Green Bay.
I thought Aaron Rodgers was going there.
See,
And he from there. He grew up a 49ers fan. It made sense. But they blew that shit up.
I mean, but
Just like
even with
Steve
Aaron
Young.
Rodgers, I don't think y'all would. Aaron Rodgers is a good quarterback. I just don't think he as great as everybody says.
I think in the 49ers
And the
with everything
49ers
else they
system,
got, And with everything
He
else
just
they
gets in his own
got,
head.
they'd have got to the Super Bowl. At least.
So, all right, so you don't know where your team at this year.
I have to see the first few games.
So
I can't tell you.
the Eagles, two Eagles people. What y'all gotta say about y'all team?
But I heard before we get off of that, I heard Garoppolo might be going
It's
over
Texas.
to. I heard that, and also heard he
Seahawks.
might be going over to Cleveland, depending on how.
If I'm Cleveland, I do it. I do
Watson's
it.
thing
I
turns
do it.
out.
It's only supposed to be 6 games.
I do it.
That's
heard
a
8.
lot of money, though.
I'm hearing 8, and they're talking about. He said if it's more than 8 games, he's suing.
Yeah, because they
That's a lot of
basically
bread.
got screwed on that.
He could sit out the whole season, as far as I'm concerned.
Bang, man.
But
like a
if I'm
Bengals fan.
Cleveland, I do it. I do it.
I wouldn't do it.
You're gonna need somebody.
That's a lot, though. I mean, to have both
That's
them,
your
him,
whole season.
him and Garoppolo, it's like the same situation he'd leave in.
You got Jacoby Brissett. You got a nice run game. You got good defense. That's overreacting to me. And then to me, Jimmy
What has
Garoppolo
Browns
is a
been
straight-
doing?
is a straight
What has
game
Browns
manager.
been doing? They've been overreacting the entire
that's
time.
true.
But here's the thing now: if
game manager.
Garoppolo goes to Cleveland, I'm just throwing this out there, and they win,
What do you do with Watson?
what are you gonna do with Watson now?
They gonna
Yeah,
start
that's a
him. They're gonna
guaranteed
start him.
contract.
He is a
They're gonna bring him in and
expensive
start
backup.
him. Yeah.
A very expensive backup.
They gonna start Watson.
They mess around and Trent Dilfer,
No, they're gonna start Watson,
Garoppolo, and trade him the following
and
year.
then they're gonna try to trade Garoppolo.
But like,
You know what? I just love the fact that Cleveland made that dumbass decision to sign him before all this happened, because this is all on them.
What
I
Philly
mean,
do? They had a quarterback that won, and what happened to him?
who?
Foles.
Oh, Wentz.
But they couldn't pay him and
Exactly.
Wentz at the same time. They couldn't do it.
But they should have rocked
We couldn't
with.
play. We couldn't pay Foles and
But
Wentz at the same
Foles
time.
proved to you
Where's
he could
Foles
win,
been since he left?
and they still got rid of him. That's what they're gonna do to
become a
Garoppolo.
journeyman.
Is he still in the league?
Yeah,
He might be.
So-
he just signed with another squad. I can't remember
Speaking
who.
about y'all, so what's the Eagles gonna do this year? How y'all feel?
On paper, I'm just saying this. On paper,
Y'all should win your division.
we should win. I'm gonna get to that, but the big
Cowboys
question,
suck,
Mike. He got some help on the offense.
Right.
He got probably the second best wide receiver in the league. I mean, Devontae Smith's gonna hopefully he starts showing some more
I like
improvement.
him.
I like him too. I'm still iffy on that offensive line though.
But you know what's
And
weird?
the
They
defense is gonna be up there too.
had your offensive line was like top 5 last year.
I'm
Always.
still
We've been like that for like 4 or 5 years.
29 years, and we still the same. But I'm still nervous.
Why?
I mean, the question is going to be is how is Jalen Hurts going to play?
See, my question with y'all is
I
the
have
coach.
faith in him, but I'm just like
That's my question is the
Yep.
coach.
Go ahead,
that's
James.
the next point. That was great to say.
Yeah.
The next I was saying is can this coach motivate, play to his strengths because he's all over the place.
Because what was it last year? He would run the ball, then he'd stop and throw.
And
then when Miles Sanders got hurt, you wanted to run the ball down.
it's like he had a beef with him or something.
That's what everybody thought.
But me personally, when it comes to the Birds, like I think that we have weapons of mass destruction on both sides, and it is up to this coach. Is like you were saying, this coach that's got like so much stuff going against him, and he ain't shown that he can handle this kind of pressure yet.
That's why I think he's going to get fired.
Man, he has all the necessary tools for us to get as far as we want to be, but his inexperience cost us another season.
Right.
Man, that's not-
He cost y'all a few games.
Yes,
Yeah.
like you said,
Last
not
year.
running the football on teams we should have been running the football on, and trying to glory pass the whole time, and then we get to like 3rd and 15, and then it's like, all right, Jalen Hurts, I need you to go out there and get 20 yards with your own legs. Like that's too much. That's too much for that young boy. Even though he's got the youth, he got the power, and he can do those kind of things. But you do not ask that boy to do that in every game because he can do it. Yeah, he gonna look spectacular in 1 or 2 games, but by that 4th or 5th game, his legs gonna get tired. He gonna get tired of getting hit. You got to be able to run that football with the running back and also pass that football. And with the running game being good, you open up your passing game, so you ain't got to worry about your best receiver getting double teamed and he can't get free because they're gonna be so worried about who's coming up the middle with the football.
Who your team? Who your team, Corey? The Patriots?
Yeah. So we'll let Jason go last since they was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So,
you deserve the
I
last
mean-
talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
You get the last beep.
I mean, listen. I always believe gonna do something. I know they ain't gonna suck, so Bill Belichick won't let that happen. Year 2, Mac Jones. I don't know.
I think Mac Jones is
I like
good.
Mac Jones.
He did the
He's
gritty.
growing. He's growing.
Reminds me of a Brady clone.
He hit the gritty though, so I fuck with it.
Huh?
He hit the gritty.
He had the,
Oh yeah. The Pro Bowl.
I saw that.
Yo, he had like the hardest.
That's like
walk.
Drew Stanton when he did the Dougie.
Yo, did y'all see when he got drafted? He had like the hardest walk that was coming out when he got
Because
selected.
that's where he wanted to go.
I was seeing that walk. I was like, yo, that's like
Like
the
Stone
walk
Cold
in
Steve
10
Austin.
years,
Facts.
10 years, 20 years from now, I was kicking their asses.
I kind of wanted Bill Belichick, to go ahead and retire so Josh McDaniels could be coach.
Wow.
He's 70, man. The game done passed him by.
Wow, that's the first time I've heard a Patriots fan say that.
I'm being logical, man. The game, like, come on. I mean, but to me, I just feel like we need a wide receiver. I don't know. I really don't know what we're gonna do. Just gotta have faith. Guess.
I mean,
we better than the Jets and who else is
Yeah, y'all better
Not better than Buffalo.
And
Buffalo,
we're
that's
not
y'all
better than
biggest
Buffalo.
problem right now.
Yeah, we got to worry about Buffalo.
The Dolphins just got Tyreek Hill.
I'm not worried
I don't know about
I'm
that.
not. He got two as his quarterback.
I think he's doing too much talking. He's putting them in a position where they're going to have to show out.
Tyreek
Like
Hill going to find out that he's different.
Yep.
Having
Grass is green on the other
It
side.
was like the
got
point that
that.
Tavon was making about Debo going somewhere else.
It's also Miami. It's a lot of distraction.
It wasn't a few years ago.
True indeed. When you young and got a lot of money, you're right about
Remember
that.
The Steelers had Mike Wallace, right? Remember he was good blowing past people. He went right to Miami, same way Tyreek Hill did. Ain't do nothing.
And like he went
Defensive
into obscurity
coordinators,
like
man.
most.
Coaches and offensive coordinators,
That is true. Taylor, you right about that.
Mm-hmm. Right about that one.
So who are you? You a Rams?
Oh, Bengals fan.
Bengals. Okay.
Bengals fan.
He's a
lifelong.
legit Bengals fan. He ain't a
Lifelong.
bandwagon.
He ain't
Man.
bandwagon.
He's no
I
bandwagon.
like that
deal.
quarterback. That boy.
Oh, yeah,
alright.
Joe
boy
Burrow's
alright.
nice.
That
Joe
boy-
Shiesty,
Joe
bro.
Burrow is a
He could
problem.
come here and be the sixth man any day, man.
Yeah,
I'll
Joe
watch that
Burrow.
boy.
I'll give him my seat.
No, you gonna have a seat
Man
for
shredded
him.
his leg and came back in his second year in the league and went to damn Super
I
Bowl.
love him. No,
Yeah,
before that.
That's
tweet was his
hard.
tweet.
Yeah,
His tweet.
Like when we got him, like I liked him. I was a little worried. He killed it at LSU. He broke all those records and all that. But I always tell people I worry about especially quarterbacks coming into the league because I said if you look at it, you don't know what you could be a stud in college and come in the league and be a dud. I said I done watched.
Very true.
I done watched Tim Couch. I done watched Ryan Leaf. And then arguably the greatest quarterback
Jason
to ever
showing his
play,
age.
Tom Brady. Meanwhile, is a sixth round
The last pick.
draft pick.
The absolute
Sixth
last
pick?
pick.
So you
Sixth round,
never
199.
so
Yep.
when it comes to football and drafting quarterbacks, you never know. I liked Joe immediately the first season we had him. Like you saw flashes of what he could do, and I liked him when he got hurt and then tore his leg up. His response was, "Y'all can't get rid of me that easily.
All right.
I'll see you guys next season."
And the thing with him,
And then-
even before
I love
he hurt
that
his
tweet.
leg, he was actually doing all right.
I mean, yeah, he was having a great season.
So
He was having a great season. He was having a
Yep.
great rookie season.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Jason, let
he's
me
gonna
ask
be
you.
a problem when he.
But let me ask you this though, because we see it all the time.
Well,
When teams get footage of you,
that's
they
why
kinda figure you out.
I'm going into all that. All
right.
that's going in. All
I
that's
just wanna
going into
see
what
how
I'm
you
about to
feel
say.
about
So, what the thing was, our problem, our Achilles heel all season was offensive line.
y'all fixed it.
And I think
Penalties.
I don't think I just me as a Bengals fan understand how amazing what we did without a line. Like and the numbers that Joe Burrow put up without a line. A lot of people don't know he had the #1 accuracy rating in the league last year. Highest
did?
accuracy, yeah. Highest. He was it was
Well, he
70
got him to the Super
he
Bowl.
was He was the highest accuracy, and that's not having time to throw. That you need the time. We addressed that seriously this offseason. I like the moves we made. I love the guys we got in there. The only controversy we really have right now is we got a guy on defense.
Jesse Bates.
Is we gonna pay him the money or are we not?
Might as well
I
pay.
see
better.
I see both
Just pay him.
sides. Yeah, pay him the money, but the flip side is gonna be, we have Joe Burrow and Chase on rookie contracts right now. When
That's
they
why-
come off, so now we got to look at
Higgins.
That's why you got to take care of him now.
we got to
man.
look at the
gotta take
people
care of him now.
coming off those contracts.
Yeah.
At our money, what we got to pay for in the future. I love where we're going. It's gonna be different now because now we on the radar. I like being off the radar. We was off the radar. Nobody thought we was going.
If anything, they
Different
Well,
from hunting versus
nobody thought we was gonna do nothing. Now they know. Hey, we here.
Yeah.
We not a joke. And honestly, I think we should have won the Super Bowl. It was a lot of officiating, getting funny down towards the end of the game. But you know what? I'm gonna let that go. I do think about that nightly, but it's okay. But yeah, so it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to get back to the Super Bowl.
My team lost to the Rams too, and we were up. We were an interception away from closing the game. The boy,
And what Jimmy do?
that was before. I'm talking about
Jimmy threw a pick.
Jaquiski Tart had a
Oh,
wide
yeah, he dropped the
open
joint.
interception in the game, fourth quarter. I think it was fourth quarter, and we could have just ran that ball out.
I was watching, and then
We already up.
I wanted to play y'all
I wanted to
because
Of course you did. I wanted to play y'all.
see, and my thing was just purely a fan thing because we had only been to the Super Bowl twice before. We both our Super Bowl losses were to the 49ers. So I
Okay,
was
yeah,
like,
that'd have been
you
real
got to
good.
give us that 3-peat.
That would've really
We got to
good.
get our
Y'all
get
won
back. Huh? We won twice, early 80s and late 80s,
Okay.
and both
against
Super
49ers?
Bowls. Huh?
And both was against 49?
Both our Super Bowls were against the 4. So it would have been
Damn.
crazy if our third
Yeah,
time
that'd
going
have
we
been
playing
dope.
the
That'd have been
49ers
real.
again.
Third time would have been a charm.
But
That'd
the
have been
season,
03.
season gonna be what it's gonna be any given Sunday.
Hey, you only got to worry about Baltimore. Y'all be
Yeah,
fine.
we gonna give
Yeah.
Baltimore to
That's
work,
even
man. I ain't
Baltimore got a whole other bunch of
Yeah,
issues.
man,
going
they got
on
to
right
pay Lamar Jackson, man. Yeah, right-handed Michael Vick, you gotta pay him.
Yeah,
now.
so
They got enough issues.
He's supposed to be
going
the
on
first
right
$50 million man.
and side note,
You can
not to
get
get
that.
off topic, but on topic, like I was going, what I was saying, it's hard to get back to the Super Bowl. I just want to say, as a kid, we used to clown the Buffalo Bills all the time. Yo, man, they went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost. As an adult, as a grown man, I'm like, it's amazing. It's insane. Like, just to think of a team going to the Super Bowl, being the best team in a conference for 4 straight years to go straight to a Super Bowl.
We did that.
Is insane to think about now. I'm like, yo, they went 4 straight years in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, lost, but still so.
now.
Well, we ain't gonna,
Shout out
we
to
ain't-
the 90s Buffaloes and Jim Kelly. How's
Yes.
he doing? Is he all right?
Hopefully he's
Yeah,
doing
he made it.
fantastic. Love you, Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly.
But yeah, we went to 4 straight NFC East championship games, and we should have went to 4 straight Super Bowls. Donovan McNabb should at least have 2 Super Bowl rings. I mean, I ain't saying he got to win every one of them. I ain't saying he got to win every one of them. I'm gonna be modest.
I'm gonna give him 2.
I'm gonna be modest. I'll give him 2. But we should have had one. Andy Reid should have had one as a bird. We were there. 4 years. We were there.
Well,
And we didn't
Gave
get it.
y'all a ring. You be happy about it.
we're
got our
y'all
ring,
got
though.
your ring. Y'all got. We're at like over a little hour 15. I know everybody didn't see it. It's up to y'all if y'all want to talk about it now. We can save it for next week. But Nope came out last week to some mixed reviews.
Yeah, because I heard people say it's a confusing movie.
It's
You seen it?
I did.
Give me your review of it so I
seen
can
it.
listen to you.
I
I want to hear all
appreciate.
y'all. Yeah.
I appreciate, and we could
Non-spoiler.
do this real.
Non-spoiler.
I guess non-spoiler.
Alright.
I appreciate aspects about the movie. I appreciate the cinematography. It looks really well. It was shot, the camera angles, everything, graphics were great. The acting good. I think Keke Palmer probably did the best out of everybody. She was the most memorable. I don't want to say it's confusing as to I felt it was directionless, maybe is the word I'm looking
I
for.
wouldn't say directionless. It was basically one story was going one way and the other story was going another way. That's
That too.
kind of I think that's kind of the best way I can say it.
There were dull points. There were bigger points. I feel at the end the payout to me didn't justify being there for 2 hours, if that makes sense. Everything, like the movie itself, because I'm a sci-fi kid and I like alien stuff and I enjoyed it.
In it?
If you ain't know it was aliens from the trailer, then you don't know.
Thought they were trying to throw me for a loop.
Well, I didn't see. I'm not spoiling nothing.
Okay. So maybe it is a
It's
loop
up
still
to
being thrown.
interpretation
Okay.
for you. just the concept of UFOs. I think you get that from the trailer. Right? What it is, what it turned out to be, whatever they deal with, is you have to see it and figure it out on your own. But what I will say is, and I've talked to Brian about this, is that I'm looking at what's the director name? Jordan Peele a little differently. Whereas at first we thought he was just going to be, the black person's horror director. I'm almost looking at him as M. Night Shyamalan now.
Ooh.
Not.
If you watch this, it's a good comparison.
And that's who I'm seeing him as. He's our
John Carpenter, one that people were trying to say.
Correct. He's not John Carpenter. He's not
Wes Craven.
He's gonna do his own thing.
Wes Craven. He's to me the closest I compare it to him is M. Night Shyamalan. You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate his movies.
Okay.
And he's gonna have some bangers. He's gonna have Signs. He's gonna have Sixth Sense. But then sometimes he's gonna throw out that Will Smith and Jaden Smith movie. You don't even remember that one, do you? After Earth.
That was horrible.
Oh, you did After Earth?
Yeah. And so, and so I'm not saying this is After Earth.
I thought you were gonna say The Fog or something.
I'm just not saying this is not. This is not Get Out.
I think one big part of that movie didn't need to be in it.
Yeah, it was confusing. And why was it in here? You could have shaved some time
I
off.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And there was everything's not clear, and I think that's kind of his running theme, and it leaves it for people's interpretations. And so I think people start reaching out a little bit and saying, "Oh, he did this because of this," and I think you may be giving him too much credit, but it could. I can't say no, but I think you might be reaching a little bit, and that's how I feel personally. I kind of don't like it sometimes. If all for me, every movie, any movie I watch. Does this ending justify me being here for however long you had me being here? If I was in Justice League for 4 hours, did Justice League justify me for it? Yes, it did. The Snyder Cut, it justified me for being there watching that movie for 4 hours. After Earth, nah. I can't. I was here for an hour and a half for some bullshit. This one, I'm like, oh, it's teetering the line. Mm-hmm. It was like everything else was great, but it was just some plot points that y'all didn't really.
I wish y'all
get together.
It's like a part. It's something.
So that's really my review, and then
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
But it was one story. The whole thing in general. It's a part of the whole movie. It didn't need to be in there.
So,
if it would have stuck with one part what was going on, I would have been fine with it. It's the other part of it, it really didn't make no sense for me, and I think that's what kind of threw me off of it altogether.
Because you told me, I probably like it. See, I like quirky, weird, off movies a lot.
You will like it.
And I'm a huge I like that.
I would recommend
Shyamalan fan.
I would recommend seeing it once.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do think you're gonna question what did you see at the end of the movie.
See, I like those kind of movies.
And you're gonna be like,
I said it wasn't me. What was that? It was something that you would say.
Yeah.
Right. And you're gonna question what. It could you gonna think to yourself, what have you done different? And that's how I came out of that movie. Damn. And you can hear people walking out the theater what the hell?
Mm-hmm. Because I get that a lot with M. Night because I'm
it's kind of good though if you get people like that to leave.
Certain concepts.
I think certain concepts,
and I think that's the point. Again, that's where I'm going. That it's M. Night Shyamalan, not John Carpenter. Mm-hmm. We're not going after the horror, but quirky.
But I do respect that
off
the
original path.
That's
we're going to change it, and then I might throw in some subtle hints about racism. I might throw in some subtle hints about because that's also ultimately I think his goal is to propel black people in genres that they didn't really get a chance to shine in.
That's true.
And
I agree with that.
I appreciate that.
Make us look more than like cannon fodder.
Correct. I appreciate that part. But
cannon fodder.
I feel like it missed the mark a bit. I wouldn't give it a high rated. I'd give it like a 7.5.
Okay.
But it could have been an 8 or 9.
See, my question, not having to spoil anything. I thought it was weird. I just knew it was going to be PG-13. But then it was R. Now, was it R for anything graphic, or was it more of a language thing?
Probably language more than
language.
Language. It was.
They didn't really show. There are some scenes.
I see where
they didn't go too hard.
It's one scene,
but probably mostly because of language.
But I think it's the one scene that they showed.
Yeah.
And I think that's what gave it. No,
No.
I wasn't no
Okay.
accident.
But even then, they were kind of limited on what you actually got to see.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else does that. I look at like ratings.
yeah,
And I read stuff like that, like, ooh, why did they get this rating versus? I just knew it was going to be PG-13.
No.
And then they got the R, so I'm like, what is the R for?
If you go, if I put like this, if we was all to go, since y'all didn't see it now, y'all make me want to go see it now, because y'all didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's why I would go. I would see it again. I would.
we
Watch
can do
it
a
again.
spoiler review when
Oh.
y'all see it.
And then, before we get off track, we didn't talk about Prey.
Who?
Prey.
Well, that'll be next week.
Oh, okay.
It comes out Friday. I
Prey's
think.
out already?
No. I
Friday.
think it come out Friday. So
Oh,
we'll
okay.
say that for next Sunday.
Yeah, well, yeah, make sure you remind me to watch it.
Yeah.
Come out
We'll
Friday.
make sure.
Come out
And so far, the people that got to see it, like the early screenings,
They
they saying
loved
it's
it.
good.
They get
They saying
real
it's good.
positive.
It's still got a standing ovation.
It looks
Who
real
directed
good.
this?
The guy who did he did 12 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, okay.
He did
Oh,
12
okay.
Cloverfield
Yeah.
Lane. He did
I know.
It wasn't Shane Black, right?
You know what?
No.
I'm gonna be real quick about Nope. I thought that between the 3 movies he's done, he's 2 for 3. It's not as good as Get Out. It's better than Us. And just to touch what y'all saying, it felt incomplete in a lot of ways. And I think that he won away. Yeah, he won away from like trying to make his movies super smart and relative to people of color. And I think he tried to make a straight up horror movie, but at the same time, I think it was one of the things where he reverted back to what he likes to do, and I think that's what messed up his movie.
He
So
was
you
like,
don't like
I'm
it?
going to keep it regular.
I liked it.
So you like it better than the second one, right?
I wouldn't go watch it by myself again, but if y'all wanted to go watch it because y'all ain't seen it, I would watch it with y'all. That's the only way I would watch it again is with somebody who had never seen it. Me personally, seeing it already, I won't go watch it again by myself.
I honestly
I'll
don't really
give it a
like us
6.
like that.
I'll give it a 6.
I really don't like us
That's
like
a-
that.
I didn't like Us at
bottom.
all. I
Yeah,
put
like
that
Us.
over Us.
To me, he has 1.5 good movies.
Yeah.
Combined, huh?
Oh,
It's
you
like
combine it too?
it's like the cinematography and acting from Nope mixed with some of the plot from Us gives me the half.
And
Get Out was the
and,
good.
and what I was upset about Note is that I was thinking this whole time it was going to be based off of the Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah,
and I think that's where he got
I know you-
motivated from.
Yeah.
He got motivated from that
Yeah.
and the sightings that they released in the public about we've been seeing.
If you
Lord,
like actually like look up the Skinwalker Ranch and what happened to the Sherman
Yeah.
family and all
Yeah.
that that was happening around that time, you'd be like, yo, this was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Because had he based that film off of that and like researched that more,
but I think
off,
that's where he wanted
it
to
would have been
say,
oh my
"Look,
God.
this is my thing. I'm going
You got
to think
dimensions.
you think you understand the movie,
And swerve.
but this is
They could
the off kill that
second
my brain thinks
his
of."
second story that he was telling, had he cut that and made that more about the Skinwalker Ranch and how like you look at it, the Skinwalker Ranch,
But you
like
would've
the
been
whole
expecting
phenomenon is like over 15 years.
You would have been expecting that.
No.
I think you
I would
would've
have been
been
expecting
exactly.
because I know about the Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes,
but
that's
not
why I think
everybody
he's-
do.
I think he's
I don't.
influenced and
That's it,
motivated by stories and hear the stories, but he wants to put his own
not
weirdness
looking
to
to
it.
If you
And
they
that's-
got a special on Netflix. It came
And
out
while,
in
we're, and while
2020.
we're on the topic of Peele, just for a second, I gotta say, Key and Peele is one of the most underrated
I said
comedy shows.
Yeah, that's- That's the only episode I remember.
Like insane, like going back, like because I go back and I watch them all the time, and I'm like, yo, how was this not more popping than it should have? Like, so underrated, disgustingly
it's
underrated.
getting
its
on Comedy
audience
Central.
now.
Yeah, it's disgustingly overrated.
Yeah, Nope was definitely a
Balake.
missed opportunity. Like now, I guarantee when people like, I don't know if everybody's like, oh man, they can compare it to what happened out there in Utah, but if it does, and people start looking into what happened, everybody's gonna say that was a missed opportunity, because just because of what happened there, like for instance, when the family was chasing off whatever it was that was killing their cattle. Like the whole family chases it into the woods, and when they come back, they have a mobile home, and they had 13 cows on their property. They come back to their property, they can't find the cows. They're like, where the cows at? All 13 cows had gotten stuffed inside their trailer, inside their mobile home. So they're like, how did these 13 cows walk in here, stacked up on top of each other? How is this possible? How did you put 13 cattle?
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's they got
And
a thing on Netflix.
And the family moved out, and then I want to say it's the person from
Ashton
Walmart or
Kutcher,
somebody
man.
had bought the property, and they monitored the property for 10, almost 15 years before they sold the property to somebody else, and they just kept seeing things that aren't supposed to be
Somebody
part of this.
playing
So they
drama.
monitored it. And
Somebody
they didn't see
playing a
nothing?
prank.
Yeah,
now.
they monitored it, and they for 10 to 15 years, and mind you, they had like bad camera footage and stuff like that, so it wasn't like this 4K stuff that we got now. But they were catching things on camera that they was like, yo, we shouldn't be able to see this. Because they saw like rings opening, like Doctor Strange and 4-legged, 5-legged things walking out of it. And it was coming and it was killing their dogs. Like they would come, take the dogs. The one guy, he ran into the woods.
How many
with a
shots
shotgun.
he let off?
He let 6 shots
So
off.
you got a shotgun.
Hold on.
Hold on.
He shot the thing.
got
Hold
a
on.
shotgun.
He shot
And
the
they always with
the thing. The thing
fumbling.
came up to the. He said it was like a wolf. He said it was the size of. It looked like a wolf. It came up and it grabbed the cattle out of the fence by the face, and he went in his house, let off 6 shots from a 357. That didn't put it down. He goes in the crib, brings out a rifle, and as soon as he hits the thing with the rifle once, it dropped the cattle and it ran off. So him being a hunter, he like, nah, I'm gonna get him. He tracks him into the woods, and they get to this like it's like a bed of water. It's like a in the shape of a horseshoe. When they get there, the tracks disappear, and they showed all this, and they go to this.
I gotta
area.
watch it.
Netflix?
I gotta
Yeah,
watch
it's
it.
on
So what is
I
it
gotta
called?
watch
It's called Skinwalker.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, it's
I'll
And
watch
to
it.
me,
Get
I was
back
like,
to you.
yo, when I first saw the first trailer for that, I said, yo, if they base this off the Skinwalker Ranch,
You were
they
saying
gonna draw so much attention to that thing, and it's like, and the
Sound
fact.
like a missed opportunity.
And the fact that it's real, and like they got real,
He probably
like,
can't do it. They probably
footage of that stuff.
They probably already got some studio about to do a story that's
Facts.
going.
And between that and the fact that it's probably like the government's probably like, yo, we're not doing that. And then
Well,
because of Skinwalker Ranch, they changed the name of UFOs to UAPs.
Yeah.
UAP.
They call them UAP now. They don't call them UFOs anymore. Yeah.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
I forgot what it stands for, but ever since that, and then they started putting out the footage that
I've
That's
seen that.
because it had
those
to get
guys were
released.
finding,
Yeah.
you know, when they were like trying to track it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like to me, we've been here billions of years because of dinosaurs and whatnot. Like there's other stuff out there, and they're probably just as confused as we are, you know, about whether or not something's here, you know, something's there, and because you know space is so vast and time moves so slow out there, like we're just kind of like always gonna be bypassing each other. I think of space like
Next
traffic.
week,
Oh, they-
next week is the sci-fi.
They know we
Since,
here.
wait,
They just don't want-
since
they're like,
next
that's the
week
ghetto.
we're gonna be talking
Earth.
about Prey.
Mhm.
We're gonna save the UFO and paranormal talk for next week. Yeah, we had an hour 30.
I would say
We're
this:
gonna cut this
space,
short.
space
Y'all
is
freak me out.
space is universal traffic in LA.
And Earth is the ghetto
I don't even know what
of
hell
the space
y'all talking about.
of the universe.
No, I'm saying just think about LA traffic and then think about what space is. It's the same thing. Everything's moving at a snail pace, and we're literally walking. We're literally going by each other and don't know where we are.
You said you had the lime margarita.
Yeah, thank you. I'm over there looking at my own cousin like, damn,
I ain't
hold on,
drinking
man.
that one. Give
What
me
you-
the
what you
mango.
Sorry, man. I dig deep,
Give me-
man.
give me the
I dig
mango.
deep.
Super deep.
I dig deep, man.
You sound like Justin Couture over there.
We're
I'll
gonna
tell you
end
what I
this.
do.
We got it. We got to
What I
end
do?
this.
Okay,
We running over.
I'll say
We
this and
running
I'll
over.
stop.
We
I'll say this and I'll stop. Like I'm writing stuff that's dealing with space,
All right.
and I want to do stuff that's different that we ain't seen.
Okay.
That's why I speak like that.
All right. We'll see how. Well,
That's all. This is a writer
when
and
you
me
done, let me
explaining
know
what I do.
so I can try to
Earth is the
understand what
ghetto
you
of
just
the Milky
said.
Way.
But all right, that's it for this
Superman
episode. Tri-State Tip on IG. Anybody want to give out how they find you, stalk you?
Brian Smith, YouTube, same name, same thing as Facebook.
Tiger Hell.
I'm just gonna cut my mic.
Because I won't answer a lot of
You
things.
can catch him on Tiger Heli 19.
And who watches the watchers? Leave your comments, your concerns, whatever you think would be a good conversation for us to have, or if you want to chime in on what we've been talking
Yeah,
about
we'll
for
try
the
to
past
get
5 episodes.
some live ones going. Get some
Yeah.
people to interact.
Put
here
in
and
your
there.
2 cents.
Oh, we gotta
Um,
say one other thing.
What's up, David?
Hey, what's up, David?
What's up, man?
We love
Number
David
one
Reed,
fan,
too.
David. Unofficial
Hey.
member, David Reed.
David's right here.
He almost wouldn't let me in yesterday. But also we are at Who Watches the Watchers _IG on Instagram. And, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.